Hey everybody, it's the show here again with bearth.uhura here. bearth.uhura, I am a full spectrum plant eating holistic doula and an advocate for all things safe, natural, and effective. Here on this channel, we discuss all things pregnancy, birth, and womb health related. So if you guys and ladies like the channel, please be sure to subscribe. Today's topic is going to be one that I have seen floating all around. I have numerous inboxes on this topic. I have women asking me all sorts of questions of how to pretty much maintain a healthy vagina. Some of the questions that I see are, how do I get rid of a bodily odor, or how do I stop my, my area from sweating too much? How do I make it taste good? How do I have better sex drive? Why am I not retaining fluid, and why can't I stay moist long enough? And I know that word is a little bit of a problem for certain people. The only reason why I'm using the M word, which is moist, is because I want this channel to be kid friendly. So I don't want to go too much into like that kind of stuff. I know we're all adults here, but I do want to have this channel to be accessible to, teen moms and younger girls, so that they know about their bodies and that they can maintain a healthy lifestyle in the moon cycle and know their bodies and their reproductive system. So I'm just going to keep it at a minimum. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about how to keep the vagina in the womb healthy, strong, vibrant, smelling good, tasting good, and high blood flow, so that we can, keep up with our partners. And this goes for both men and women. Our bodies, especially if we are, whatever relationship you're in, your partner, male, whatever it is, needs to keep up with their body too. If you're going to be exchanging bodily fluids, if you're going to be exchanging, um, you know, it has both partners has to be clean, and both people have to be doing what they need to do for their bodies, right? So I'm going to start with how women can keep their bodies flourishing and keep themselves up to par and smelling great and tasting great and all of that other stuff. So the first thing that really, really impacts um, your body is what you put in it. So everybody knows that I am really big on nutrition. I'm really big on what we eat, what we put in our bodies, how we hydrate ourselves, and all of that stuff. So the first thing is really eating what you need to eat according to how you want to feel. If you are eating dead things, if you're eating processed things, if you're eating things that has to be salted and all of these different things in order to taste good to you, when you're putting those kind of things in your body, that's pretty much what you're going to taste like. You're going to taste salty. You're going to taste like death. You're going to taste like flesh. You're going to taste like all of those things. And then we're going to run into situations where we have to um, wash with products that have fragrances, and we have to spray down there, and we have to do all of these extra things in order to keep our bodies fresh and vibrant. And so that is one of the first things you want to do. You want to address your diet. And I always talk about this, address your diet. Your hydration is so very, very much important. If you are not hydrated and you are drinking a ton of sugary drinks, soda, um, whatever kind of carbonated beverages or iced teas or milk or any of that stuff, it will your bodily fluid will be concentrated. It will smell and taste like what you are drinking. So a rule of thumb for me, if you're somebody who is dealing with a low pH, or your body, you have odor, or you don't taste well, or any of that kind of stuff. You want to flush your body with water and citrus. And so here is what I do every day. I don't know if you can see the lime in there, but these are key limes. They have seeds in them. I drink pretty much close to a gallon of water every day. I usually, my rule of thumb, if you're somebody who doesn't eat a high raw diet, I'm always saying to drink your body weight in ounces. So if you are 102 pounds, 130 pounds, and you would drink 102 or 130 ounces of water. I am like 170 something pounds. So I don't really drink 170 ounces of water, only because I eat a lot of salad. I eat a lot of high water content fruit. So I eat like a lot of cucumbers, a lot of melons, a lot of lettuce. Like I eat a lot of fruit. I eat a lot of smoothies. So I really don't need to intake a whole lot of water because I'm already eating a lot of my water. So, but what I do is I do drink key lime water every day to keep my body flush, to keep my kidneys flush, to keep my liver and everything clean, so that my body is filtering out the things that shouldn't be there. Because again, I am very big on nutrition. I'm very big on what I eat, but I'm not perfect. It's not like 100% of the time I'm eating a raw diet and I'm eating like perfectly every day, all day. I do eat cooked food sometimes. I may go out with my sister here and there, and I have to kind of try to pick and choose from a menu that does not support my diet. But for the most part, 96 or so percent of the time, I'm eating according to the diet that I choose to live by, which is a high plant diet. I like to eat a lot of raw foods and things like that. So I don't really need to drink a whole lot of water. But if you are somebody who eat a lot of meat, you eat a lot of bread, you eat a lot of starchy foods like rice and things like that, then you definitely need a lot more water because your body is being dehydrated by all of the starch pastas and things and breads that you are putting in your body. And salt, table salt also dehydrates the body too. So you need to coffee. A lot of stuff actually dehydrates the body and utilizes the water content in your body to push toxins out or to rehydrate things. And we don't realize that we're actually doing more harm than good. So if you are somebody who eats that kind of diet, you definitely want to drink a lot more water. If you're somebody who does eat a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables, then you're pretty much okay with drinking as much water as you need. Like for me, sometimes like my body is just not thirsty, and I know that's because I'm already hydrated. If you are somebody you're constantly thirsty, 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 and you're continuing to put sugary drinks in your body, then your body is telling you, "Excuse me, I need water. I don't want that." But sometimes I'll have uh 45 ounces of water, and then my body's like, "Okay, that's enough. You're good." Or you can judge it by your urine. If you go to the bathroom and it's very, very, very pale yellow or even clear, then you know that you've had enough and you don't need to keep going. Um, Diet is really, really important. What you eat is what you're going to taste like. I'm a true believer of you are what you eat and all of that stuff. Another thing we have to realize is that medications. So things like birth control, or if you are dealing with certain issues, certain medications can cause your body to be to like your pH to mess up, and then your hormones become imbalanced, and then that will cause your body to um secrete odor, or it could cause vaginal dryness. It can cause a whole lot craving. So now you find yourself eating a lot more of certain foods that you shouldn't be eating. So all of that stuff is things that we have to be mindful of. So if you are on something because you need it, like if you are a diabetic, or if you are high, you have high blood pressure, or if you have a hormonal problem, and they're putting you on certain um, medications or birth control or things like that, or if you have had to use antibiotics for the last 14 days, that is going to cause your body to, go out of control and possibly cause a yeast infection. So all of these different things are important to think about when you are trying to create a healthier reproductive system and a healthier environment for your body to thrive. Um, Products that we use. We are using very much chemicalized products, even some of these products that claim to be vegan and claim to be like natural and all of these things. We have to be diligent. We have to read these ingredients. We have to look at what we are putting on our bodies. Like for instance, I used to use this pad brand, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I used to use this pad brand that said that it was organic cotton. Now, great, it was organic cotton, but then when I actually looked into it, I started to see that even though the cotton was organic, the things the film or the layer that held the cotton in was definitely not something that I wanted on my body. And there were like 10% synthetic products. And the package told me that, but back then when I was like transitioning, it was like, oh, I saw organic and that's all I saw. I just wanted to change and use that. But then I quickly found out that this, I mean, it was better product than I was already using, but it wasn't something that I wanted to use long term, and I definitely found a better option for me. So definitely gotta figure out like what we're using, the products, certain like perfumes and sprays. Also, we don't realize that that stuff can cause a body odor. It does mask your body odor, but over time, it is disrupting your endocrine system. It's disrupting your hormones. It is not. It's seeping into your pores. It's being absorbed into your skin, and then it's making it your body respond and try to now push out the toxins that are in the product, and now you smell bad because you're trying to get the stuff out of your body, which means now I got to put more on and more on, and the cycle never ends, right? So that's another thing that we have to worry about. But on the flip side, we have to worry about what are our partners eating? Are their hands clean when they are, when you are being touched? Is their body clean when you are acting in these different ways? But how's your partner's hydration? How is your partner's diet? Because this affects you too. Because if you're going to be mixing fluids and, engaging in sexual activity, then what they got going on is going to pretty much throw you off, or it's going to impact you as well. So please remember to like hydrate yourself, eat the right food. Um, Pretty much if I my rule of thumb for things that I put on my skin is that if I can't eat it, then I don't use it. So if I can't eat it, my skin can't eat it because your dermis and your epidermis is very much absorbing. So everything you put on your skin, everything like that every product that you use gets absorbed by the skin. It takes about 23 to 28 seconds for your skin to absorb things. So if that's happening, then I'm not going to put on my skin what I would not eat. So that's how I, you know, gauge what I'm doing and what I'm using. But even like deodorant, I don't have to wear deodorant because I've detoxed my underarms years ago. I don't eat a lot of crap, and I don't really have to use it because I don't smell bad. I never really smell horrible or smell like, oh my God, I have to put deodorant on. Now, don't get me wrong, if I'm like working out and I've been out all day and things like that, I might have like some kind of like musty, or not even musty. I wouldn't even say musty, but just more so just like a sweat. Like you smell like a sweat, but it's not like, oh my God, like I smell horrible. Um it's pretty much just like, oh, I need to take a shower or I need to like wipe down or something like that. But you never should have this horrible odor coming from you, like a sulfur, which is people mistake that for like an onion smell. But like if sulfur is coming out of your pores, or uh like a salty smell or a metal smell or anything like that, it's because you are not taking care of your body. So those are really pretty much ways to keep um, your body healthy and keep your vagina healthy, keeping your womb healthy. You can use things like olive oil on the womb. You can use things like sometimes I use sesame oil to rub on my womb, even like coconut oil. If you feel like you're sweating too much down there, you can take a little bit of coconut oil and kind of dab yourself. And in the beginning, it will seem like it's very wet and moist and things like that. But then the coconut oil will absorb all of that. And then you should, start to kind of feel a little bit better over time. It's not going to be like an instant thing, but it's something that can help with the sweat. Um, and yeah, and don't be afraid of sweat too, because people are like, "Oh my god, I sweat so much, I sweat so much," but that's your body telling you, like, I'm detoxing, right? Like I need to get these toxins out of my body. Like that's how we remove things. Like our bodies sweat for a reason. We don't like it's not like unnecessary or things like that. Some people just sweat more than others because they have more toxins in their body than others. Or sometimes it's your body's way of saying like you have too much fluid retention. So just kind of like listen to your body and try to figure like get in tune with yourself and get in tune with your body and know like who, like what's going on and what you can do to change it. But really your diet is important, your hydration is important, what you're using on your skin is important. And that's pretty much how we get to having a better system, a better, and nothing is gonna happen overnight. Like some results you'll see really quickly, like I tell people all the time, start right after your if you start right after your period's on, it goes off, and you start eating better, hydrating more, doing all the things you need to do. You switch your products, you do all the other stuff. By the time your next period comes, or like things like that, you will see a difference. So some things you will see a quick difference, but like the detoxing of the armpits or the detoxing of like your womb area, like trying to get your vaginal area, trying to get everything and the odors and everything neutralized, it takes time because your body, you took a lot of time. I don't want to I'm not saying this to be rude, but you took a lot of time destroying your body, so you're going to take time to restore your body, right? So that's pretty much like how I try to teach people. Like when I do consults and I sit with people, we go over the diet, we go over hydration, we go over lifestyle, we go over stress. Stress is also a factor. People don't know that stress can make the body go crazy and cause hormonal imbalances and affect the sex drive and all of those different things. So if you look into like really create a healthier reproductive system, and it's not like a lot of people say this too, like, oh, I don't really want to be fertile. If you're not fertile, then you're unhealthy. That's the bottom line. If you are not fertile, your body is unhealthy. Um, and that's not what we want. We want to get fertile and then learn how to understand our bodies enough to say, I am ovulating this day, this day, this day. So I need to refrain from intercourse on these days. If his pull-out game is horrible, you do not need to be having sex on those ovulation days because if you are, you will probably get pregnant. But you need to know your body well enough to understand that up ovulation time, your body temperature goes up, your fluid level, your cervical mucus is now stretching and clear. Um, you got a sense of arousal. Your body like you want to attack your partner, so to speak. So all of those things are signs that and I'm saying more than normal because some people have inconsistent sex drive, but more than normal during ovulation, it's like you will literally get baby fever, you will feel it, you will want all of these things. And sometimes you may have a little ache in one side or the other, which is called ovulation pain. It should not be extreme, it should not be horrible, it should not be unbearable. But a little ache, a little like a little sting on one side or the other, which indicates that your egg is dropping. But these are all signs that we have to pay attention to. I now know my body like clockwork. I have alarms on my phone, and it's always right on time. But this took a while for me to figure this out. It took about a good year of consistent paying attention, jotting it down, journaling it, and that was the way I was able to figure out my fertility cycle. And that's where we want to be. We don't want to be infertile. If we're infertile, then we don't, our bodies are suffering from something. No woman is just born infertile. Unless you were born with some kind of crazy birth defect or something like that, you should not just be, that's your life force, that's your energy, that's your source. So if you are suffering from infertility, that means your body is suffering from a bigger issue. And infertility is just a part of a part of the symptoms of what's happening to your body. So a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to do that because I don't want to get pregnant. But if you don't want to get pregnant, there's other ways not to do that. Via herbs, via natural family planning, calculate your ovulation, abstaining from sex, whole lots of ways. I'm not a fan of condoms because they are horrible for the body. So I'm always advocating for safe sex practices. Please have safe sex. Talk to your partners. Go get tested. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to do that. Like, it should not be a hard conversation. Like, I want to know your status. You need to know my status before we do anything. And get to know the people before you, do whatever you're doing. So that's pretty much my take on it. Also, I want to address my shirt because I had somebody like, I had a couple of people like, what does that mean? So this obviously says eat your veggies. And here it's a little, let me see, a tomato, obviously, with a little vagina slit in it. And so a couple people assume that it meant eat your vaginas because of the tomato with the vaginal opening. But the point of the shirt is to basically, if you eat your veggies, obviously tomato is actually a fruit, but it just went with the concept. If you eat your veggies and you eat your fruits and you eat all of the things that are good for your body, you will have a healthy vagina. So this is the meaning of this shirt. You can take it however you want. But it definitely doesn't mean what people think it means. I mean, if that's how you want to interpret it, do what you will. But this is why I made the shirt. This shirt is actually made by me. I'm thinking about dropping it on the site, bearth.uhura.org. So if you want one, let me know. And yeah, that's my take on it. I hope that someone took something, useful from this video. And yeah, let's get this world with some healthy wombs so that we can continue to make healthy babies and be, happy and feminine and loving and just be a light. That's all. I just want to be a light. And that's pretty much what I strive to do. It's a task every single day to try to be, that person and just walk and radiate that. So, yeah, I am Nichelle. I'm a full spectrum plant eating holistic doula. If you have questions, if you have comments, please drop them under the video. If you have a topic that I haven't already talked about that you would like me to talk about, please reach out to us at bearth.uhura@gmail.com. BEARTH is how we spell birth. Uhura is UHURA@gmail.com. It's also in the description somewhere. And yeah, I will see you guys for the next video. Peace and pregnancy death.